Welcome back to the Kokomo Home Show, where I am live with my new friend, Sally Elzaroth. And Sally is with Primetime Financials and representing Devoted Health plans here. So, Sally, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I've spoken to some of the team at Devoted Health, Max, and that. And so, what do we need to know? How did Devoted Health and Primetime, how did that all start? Like, where did you see a need in the industry?
So I'll share with you a little bit about my origin story and Devoted's origin story because they're similar in nature.
Yeah.
So Devoted actually started in 2017,
Okay.
and it was two brothers who started the program after they saw how difficult it was to help their parents with Medicare. Medicare can be super confusing. And so they actually, they used to have the Athena app, and they sold that, and that gave them money to seed a whole new company for Advantage plans. And so what they wanted to do was make it very simple for people to understand. And so they have customer service that's like 1950. When you call them, they answer the phone within a minute.
Yep.
And you actually get to talk to a person who you can understand, and they get you the answer that you need. You're not passed off. And you're not stuck in a long menu either.
Yeah.
So, and then my origin story with Primetime Financial is back in 2007, I was helping my dad. He had a couple of cousins who didn't have any children. They needed to go in skilled nursing, and nobody really knew what to do. And my dad was super stressed out. So I helped them without having my license. And I thought, this is a mess.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm going to get licensed so I can legitimately help people figure this out.
Yeah.
And so ever since 2011 is probably when I sold my first Medicare plan.
Yep.
And we represent all of the major carriers. Devoted's just one of them. And so Devoted actually was new to Indiana in 2025.
Okay.
And so they're in 13 states total. Next year they're going to add like another 9 states.
Yeah.
But that's because they wanted slow enough growth that they could handle the volume of clients and still be able to help them very well. So it's a great company to get to represent.
Yeah, I love that. Just finding when entrepreneur people, minded people, find a pain point and they are trying to figure out, they get frustrated, like right, and they don't allow themselves to get backed into a corner. They kind of come up with a fix,
right,
and that's what it sounds like the founders of these businesses have done, and I love that because that's I feel that dear at heart for myself. So
there's a lot of people who come to our office and they are so stressed out about how to get started with Social Security, Medicare, any of that, because all they've heard is that there are penalties that they can face, and the penalties never go away, but they don't understand how they avoid them or how they would get them. And so that's what we do. We help just make it all simple and just bring everything to light and say, okay, is Devoted the right company for you or maybe something else? But so we give them all the options and help them.
If I were at that stage of life, I would definitely be a great candidate for you because it can be confusing to me. And so walk through, like a person calls you and who's your ideal client? Who are you? Yeah.
So we serve the under 65 population with the Obamacare products and things like that as well.
Okay.
A lot of times, actually, because a spouse will be a couple years younger, the older spouse is turning 65 and they're the one who needs help. So, but we can fill the gap for the younger person too.
I feel like you're talking to me.
Keep my card, and when you're ready, come in. So, it's somewhere around even the first year before your turn. When you turn 64, this is weighing heavy on people's mind. And so what we want to do is just say, come in early enough that you can understand what you need to do and when, and then we'll put you on the calendar to help you get it done. So.
Yeah, that's great. And you're making muddy things that we don't understand clear and walking them through that patiently, holding their hand and helping them understand what they need from a Medicare scenario.
And there's a few myths that people don't understand. Like people...
Oh, this is going to be good. Tell me.
I tell them ahead of time. I say, it doesn't cost anything, Jason, to sit down with me. And at the end they say, how much do I owe you? And it's like, no, it still doesn't cost anything. So if I sell you Devoted, they'll pay me. If I sell you a different company, they pay me. So there's no payment for the education. No cost.
So what are the other myths?
The other myths are that you must pay a higher price with an insurance company if you had an agent help you. That's not true either. They pay the same, so you pay the same rate. It doesn't matter. So,
Well, that's very interesting, and I can imagine that to be true. I can see that being and I did marry young, or my wife is younger than me, so we will be visiting. She'll be bringing me in. So
Okay.
I'm sure.
I would love that.
I'm not quite there yet, but close.
I feel like it's a privilege to get to sit down with people
Yeah.
and make things clear. I mean, I had a lady who called me one time, and it was the last week that she could enroll before getting
Yeah.
penalties. And I said, "Why did you wait so long to call?" And she said, "I was honestly hoping I'd die first." And
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, I wish you'd known about me sooner."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you don't have to
Yeah.
be so stressed out. We can just solve the problem.
Right.
So,
We and at Heritage Painting, and not to highlight us in any way, but at Heritage Painting, we want to educate, right? And that's what you're doing, is you're educating. And we learned that when people have an educated decision, or an opportunity to make an educated decision, they make a better decision.
right.
And so,
And they feel empowered.
yeah, yes, like they made the choice. It wasn't me sales pressuring them into something, but hey, this is your decision. so.
Right. I just lay it all out there. I have had some people say, "You decide for me." And I said, "That's never going to happen."
Not gonna happen.
Like, nope. You have to decide. If you want to bring your child in, your adult child, I'll explain it all a second time
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to make the decision for you.
So if you're 65 or younger and you're in this position where you need to, learn some things. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Learn some things in regards to your insurance and Medicare. Come to the home show. They're just down here about somewhere between this center or Chipotle entrance and the Target entrance. And so I hear that you have a special kind of giveaway.
We do. We have a Yeti coffee mug that's engraved.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So that's probably I don't know, I haven't bought a Yeti mug in a minute, but $30, $40 Yeti mug. So
yeah, it was over 40, I think. So.
yeah, well over 40. And then you were talking to me before we got started about maybe some involvement. I always like to bring back our non-for-profit, the Kokomo Urban Outreach opportunities. So I know that you've got some things working in the back of your head and some opportunities that your company maybe can participate to support them. And obviously those kids they got families and they got kids that need support. So honestly, they probably have a lot of families that maybe could really learn and it help them. So I will say, and you interrupted me, one of the things that I've liked about being part of that is I got to go share my business to those kids. There's about 150 kids.
Oh, wow.
And so I got to stand, and they sat quietly and just took it all in. And I was just so impressed. And so I would encourage you to talk to Deanna
Okay.
and just say, hey, can I come and do a huddle? Or one of your team can come and do a huddle. They might learn that something from your services. I love marketing to kids.
Yeah.
I do. One, because I love kids, and we have 6 of them ourselves.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, no, right? It's like,
I'm one of 6, so
oh,
I appreciate that.
congratulations.
Thank you.
So we have 6, but I go to the Boys and Girls Club. We go, went to this one, and they become marketers for you, and
Right.
and tell mom and dad, and so.
So our office, Primetime Financial, is actually in the Dad Camp building on East
Oh,
Boulevard.
yeah.
So we have a
love
learning
Dad Camp.
center. Yeah, we have a learning center there where we give presentations and things like that
Yeah.
on different organizations in the community,
Yeah.
like Kokomo Urban Outreach. We
Yeah.
want to have them come in and tell our clients
Yeah.
about them. So the whole idea is, you're retired, now what? What are you going to do with your time?
Yeah.
How can you serve Kokomo? And
Yeah.
I'm from Kokomo.
Yeah.
My husband is too. So we
Yeah.
got a passion for this town.
Sarah, thank you for being here. Thanks for having a booth, and reach out to Sarah and her team.
Sally.
My goodness.
That's okay.
I'm looking right at your name tag.
That's okay.
Getting tired already. I can tell Dan's saying, Jason, wake up. Do another set of 20 push-ups or something. So anyhow, Sally, thanks
That's
for
okay.
being here.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.